Now this old style crypt here, there's actually two doors you need to go through to enter. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm in County Tipperary here in an old graveyard called Gurt Roo or Gurt Row, not sure which pronunciation it is. But some very interesting old graves in here, so we'll take a walk around and read some of the old inscriptions. And there's a very interesting old crypt in here as well. Now to my knowledge, I think it's an actual Holden vault where they used to hold bodies while the ground was very frosty and hard. They used to hold the bodies in the Holden vault until it thawed out and they could bury them then. So we'll be going over and having a look at that. So there's some very interesting old ones. So this was erected by Thomas Fitzgerald in memory of his wife Johanna, and she died on June the 5th, 1891. A nice looking style grave here, erected by Garrett Wilson of Scartbarry in affectionate remembrance of his dearly beloved wife Johanna, who died the 12th of May 1885, aged 69 years old. So we'll go up a bit further and read some more. There's an old church ruin there as well. I'd imagine that's from the early 1700s. And we have a chest tomb here with some orange lichen or lichen on it. And this is a tomb here of a reverend, I believe. And I'm not sure of the name, but I will put it over the video. Or maybe it's written down someplace. I don't see anything on the top. Such an interesting old graveyard. As we can see, church ruin, one of the entrances is blocked up. We have some more. Look at this. I don't know what this is. Solid fuel. Wow, that's strange. In the middle of a graveyard, see signage. So just in front, as I was telling you, as I was starting the video, there's just a cross here, and the name is Bill, R.I.P. Now this old style crypt here, there's actually two doors you need to go through to enter. Now it is locked, it looks like there's a padlock on it, but we'll go around and look at the side of it first before we inspect any more. And you can see how large it is, covered in all those leaves and overgrowth. So I believe that it's actually the Holden vault, as I was saying at the start of the video. The bodies would be kept in here. The ground was too hard to dig to bury the bodies, so they would be kept in here until they could bury them. So we'll go down and have a closer look and inspection of it and see what we can see in there. So if I shine the torch in, and I'll have to put the torch long ways on it, but we can kind of see in there it's empty. There's nothing in there. Now there is a piece of metal just over there to the left, Don't know if you can see that. I'll zoom in. I'll zoom in there and see, can I show you? So in the corner of the cemetery here is a solid locked stone structured crypt. Now this crypt was used to thwart the activities of body snatchers who plied their illicit trade of digging up freshly buried remains, and with a nod and a wink sold them to persons unknown in Cork City, mainly anatomy students, for research. I think just around there's a piece of metal. Now I'm not sure if that's a piece of a lead coffin or is it just a piece of metal of something else. The ground is very kind of clear looking. We can just see over there as well. Now whether that's a bone there or not, I don't know. There to your right, where the flashlight is shining on it there. So you can see the ground is bare. And just up at the very top of it then we can see inside the style of the vault. So there's nothing in there, guys, so it's just interesting to see. So it's interesting to have a look inside there and see the Holden vault. We have some old chest tombs. A lot of the graves are hard to read inscriptions on them after time. So just the doorway of the old church ruin here. There is a big headstone. And this is in loving memory of John W. Cotter, Rathcormac, who died the 10th of May 1968. His father William died in 1934. His wife Margaret 1977. And so on. The Cotter family names there. And I'll try and get you a look inside the old church ruin here. So that's what it looks like inside. The roof is gone. A lot of these old churches, the roofs are taken off them and they're just abandoned and they're not in use no longer. So we'll go around and see what we can read in that plaque, the other side of the old church. This is a newer style grave here, a headstone. Sacred to the memory of Bridget Gubbins, Ballinwillan, who died the 10th of September 1969, aged 84, and her grandson Mike Looney, a dear son and brother, died tragically. You can just see it there. On the 7th of November 1992, aged only 27 years old. And you can see a motorbike on the headstone. And a photograph here of Mike. Young guy, died tragically on a motorbike, so I'd imagine it's a motorbike he died on, with the picture on the grave, so it's sad. Very, very young. So there's some older ones here. We'll read these ones. So here we have a headstone and a smaller headstone in front of it. So it says, here light the body of W.M., which is William Coffey, who died the 25th of March 1818, aged 48 years old. May he rest in peace. Amen. And that's the smaller headstone at the foot of it there, or the front of it. There's no inscription on that, but the writing is lovely in that, and it looks like somebody actually painted that. You can kind of see the paint running here. Just touched it up, and it's a good job on that. So we'll make our way down to the older section, I call it. Down to your left here, there's a number of old graves. You can see them all here with moss on them and everything. Ivy. There's a cluster of headstones in this area. Really big one here. Erected by Mrs. Hannah Curtin in fond memory of her husband Thomas Curtin, who departed this life in the 39th year of his age on the 27th of November in the year of our Lord 1872. Hopefully we'll be able to read some of these ones here. This stone was erected by Daniel Keefe to the memory of his wife Mary Keefe, who departed this life on the 24th of June. It's, I think, some ivy on it there. Take that off and see. It's hard to see, but she was 52 years old. It's hard to see the date on it, or the year I should say. Lord have mercy on the soul of Ellen. Age 23 years old. And I wonder, is the year on that? It would be nice to see the year. Yeah, I have a year here, guys. It's 1727. Wow. Aged only 23 years old. Ellen was a young girl back then. 1700s. So we're next to an old farm, fields. You can see all the bales out. Lots of old graves here and headstones. So while I'm walking around, guys, I'll just mention, if you like this content, please hit the thumbs up and the subscribe button and the notification bell for more interesting videos of old graveyards and places where I visit all over the country. And let me know where you're from. Comment underneath the video. I'd appreciate it. So there's the old church ruin. And there's actually a plaque on the wall. Now just in here we see more signage here, and to me this is just disrespectful. To see somebody's grave is actually there And you can see the headstone, in loving memory of James May, who died the 27th of September 1899. His son's James, and in brackets it says dentist, died the 20th of December 1950, and Bernard died in 1966. And Bernard's wife Annie passed away in 1979. So the last person to be buried in that grave was in 1979. And there's just loads of these signs everywhere. You can just see it there. It's actually just thrown there on top of that grave. It's terrible to see that people treat graves like that. So I'm hoping to walk around here and be safe, because this old graveyard here, and I'll just turn around and show you the church ruin. There's a really big drop down there, so I don't want to fall down into that area. But I want to read this plaque that's on the wall, and it says, "This was erected by Ellen Mawe, M-A-W-E, in memory of her beloved husband, James Mawe, who departed this life January the 10th, 1853, aged 65 years old." So there must be someone else buried there as well, the Mawe family. But this grave here, James May, dentist. So a dentist back in the early 40s, maybe earlier than that. But this signage here needs to be moved out of here. It doesn't look good. Anyway guys, we'll continue on. Read a couple of more old graves here. This one here is Edmund O'Flynn, died the 19th of May 1949. His wife Abina died the 6th of May 1952. And his brother William died the 13th of December 1954, and his sons Patrick and William. So it is a beautiful old graveyard, you know, lovely old headstones in it, and the church ruin and everything. But it really needs to be tidied up in that little area just over there. I have a huge yew tree there in the middle. But interesting to find that Holden vault, and to have a look inside. There's a couple there as well. 1, 2, 3 graves there kind of together. Really old one here. Look at this. It's the memory of Michael Daly, who departed this life. And it's hard to see a date on it, but look at that lovely stone design on it there. So there's old graves kind of mixed in with new ones, as we see here. Bridie Cotter died the 21st of January 2016, age 85 years old. Beautiful photograph of Bridie. Rest in peace, Bridie. Erected to the memory of John Scannell, Hyde Town, who died the 25th of March 1893, aged 88 years. Finbar died in 1981, and Phyllis, and so on, other family members there as well. A lovely old cross here, and inside we have like kind of glass we have here. I don't know if you can see that, but you have a little statue inside of Jesus. In memory of, we see a name Daniel here, 1916. A nice feature on that, the glass and the little figurine inside. Actually, I forgot to mention on the video, it's actually not Tipperary I'm in. I made a mistake there. It's actually County Cork. It's Gort Row Cemetery here in County Cork. So, apologies for that. Lovely Celtic cross here to the memory of Mary Curtin, who died 27th of February 1922. And her husband Bartholomew died in 1922, age 79. So they both died the same year. You can see there Mary Curtin, she died in February, and her husband Bartholomew died in July. It's only 5 months between them, guys. Wow. And sometimes, you know, you see graves like that where there's only a couple of weeks or even months between people. And they say that when one dies, the other one dies not too long afterwards. You know, like maybe a broken heart. So guys, I think I'm going to wrap up the video here in this beautiful old graveyard here in County Cork. It was a pleasure taking you along with me here today to walk around and see all this place has to offer. And if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. So until the next time and the next adventure, take care, God bless, and I'll see you soon.